Solo cup is the best receptacle for barbecues, tailgates, fairs, and festivals, and you, sir, do not have a pair of testicles if you prefer drinking from glass. Hey, Red Solo cup is cheap and disposable. In 14 years, they are decomposable, and unlike my home, they are not foreclosable. Freddie Mac kiss my ass. Woo! Red Solo cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Solo cup. I lift you up. Proceed to party. Proceed to party. Oh, now I really love how you're easy to stack, but I really hate how you're easy to crack. Because when beer runs down in front of my back, well, that, my friends, is quite yucky. But I have to admit that the ladies get smitten, admiring how sharply my first name is written on you with a Sharpie when I get to hitting on them to help me get lucky. Red Solo cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Solo cup. I lift you up. Proceed to party. Proceed to party. Now I've seen you in blue and I've seen you in yellow, but only you, Red, will do for this fella, because you are the Abbott to my Costello, and you are the fruit to my loom. Red Solo cup, you're more than just plastic. You're more than amazing. You're more than fantastic. And believe me that I'm not the least bit sarcastic when I look at you and say, Red Solo cup, you're not just a cup. You're my friend. Yeah.
Lifelong.
Thank you for being my friend. Red Solo cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Solo cup. I lift you up.
Yeah, I'm drinking.
Proceed to party. Proceed to party. Red Solo cup.
Another bird's like beer. Woo! God! I love this job. You like my hat? I think it's kind of stylish for the day I'm at it. I'm working on a 12-pack, guys. So let's try to keep up with the Wolves, shall we? And we'll try to figure out a topic or something. Let's get rid of the hat. That's cute and all, but have a bird's like beer. We gotta get down to business. Let's get this thing on. Let's get this thing right. Let's go ahead and get something on. It's supposed to be on right quick. What the hell is? Let's get rid of that. Yeah, let's get rid of that, and let's get something on that we all like. That's right. Welcome to Wolf Tracks. I'm Bobby the Wolf Mullins, your paranormal shock jock, your DJ, the outlaw, the #1 bad boy. That's right, that's me, the one that brings them all down. Ask beyond the bullshit. Ask them. Hey, I'm trying to buy something, guys. Woo! Yeah, you love it. Technical difficulties on Wolf Tracks. Everybody loves it. We share possibly a company we keep. Roll me the land like you. Ow! I love this song, guys! Where's my... Man, I've been drinking too much. Where the hell's the damn mic again? Is it smoking on this side or that side? Hell, I don't know. Alright, there we go. That's what it's supposed to do. Look, cut me some slack. I've been drinking. Anyway, we got a pretty interesting topic today. we're going to talk about anti-gravity. All right. Let me turn this down a little bit via the high-tech devices known as Wolf Track. Anyway, we're going to talk about anti-gravity. Everybody speculates why it doesn't work and all that good stuff. Well, I have a theory, whether you want to listen to it or not. Hope you enjoyed the Toby Keith thing. Oh, let me give my disclaimer. You don't like what you see. You don't like what you hear. The topics, the language, hell, even the equipment. Red Solo Cup Day. Basically my girl, but I got her. Relax, we'll throw it up in a minute. Turn me off. But if you like the topics, the language, the equipment, hell me, whatever, the network, GTN, by God, woo! This goes out to every fan I've got, the millions and millions of Wolf Tracks fans. Turn me on! And with that, I gotta, hey, oh, damn, that's good. Yeah. Well, let's cut this one off. We've heard it. Let's get rid of that. Now, let's pull up some background music. And let's see what we got, right? What the hell, right?
LeBron.
No, I don't want LeBron. I don't want LeBron. Why is it LeBron? Who gives a damn about LeBron? Ugh. Good Lord. Well, anyway, I see that's being an ass. All right, now, let's get to the topic at hand. Besides the beer. Oh, here's one. All right. Anyway, let's get to the topic at hand, shall we? Anti-gravity and why it doesn't work or why it should work or what they should think about doing. Background music. You like it, huh? Yeah, there you go. A little Cinderella for you. I own the CD, so fuck off. Anyway, anti-gravity. Think of it this way. Asteroids and meteors are pulled to planets. Why? Because of mass of the planet. The mass of the asteroid or meteor is less than the mass of the planet. The meteor and asteroid is smaller. They have less mass. And the planet has more, so therefore it has a gravitational pull. Now think about this. Why are we stuck to the planet? We're not a ferrous metal, and the planet's not a giant magnet. So something else is going on. They've already proven that you can take mercury, run electricity through it, and almost like spin it like a gyroscope in a gyroscopic fashion, and it floats. So now if that's the case, it's creating its own electrical field or, quote unquote, some kind of field. Now, what is that field doing? This is my theory. Everything's composed of atoms. Matter is composed of, everything in the universe is made up of some sort of material, which is an atom, phase, whatever. Those atoms all revolve around a nucleus. You got protons and neutrons. Excuse me, another burp's like beer. Revolving around a nucleus, these protons and neutrons. Now that field of energy, I think if we can negate that somehow, I think that's what they're doing with the mercury and the electricity and the centrifuge or gyroscope item. They're negating this field. Now, it might be so minor on one atom that we can't detect it, but on something as large scale as a planet or a black hole, which has insane mass because of the compact matter, the gravity well on that thing is insane. It even bends light. So if we can negate that field, it's got to be some sort of field we're not noticing. And there's something we're not getting. It's an electrical field or something along that spectrum that we're not quite understanding yet, that puts a field around an object, because they said they've done it with mercury, and it floats. In other words, it defies our gravity. Now, if they've disclosed that much, that means that they're working on it. Remember, I always tell you, keep your eyes open, ears open, mind open, all that mess. Think, research and development, right? Think. If whatever they let you have or whatever they let you see, there's more behind it. So if they know that mercury will float with electricity in a gyroscopic fashion, They've already put this into effect. They're trying this in ships, craft, whatever. This goes back to my theory of Roswell, that it wasn't an alien craft. It was actually one of the German scientists that we brought over during Operation Paperclip. Look at the timeline. If you doubt me, look at the timeline. Look at the timeline when the war ended, when we brought them over, and when Roswell happened. They're within a couple of years of each other. Seriously, look this stuff up. Now, think about it for a second. Think. We bring them over. This guy was perfecting disc technology. Well, let's say it worked. Let's say it was more than that stupid hovercraft we made that they showed us on film. Look, the military is working on disc technology, and it floats and blah, blah. No, ducted fans aren't it. All right, let's say this thing worked. Well, with anything man-made, problems happen. You've seen technical difficulties on wolf tracks. Why wouldn't there be technical difficulties in a disc? All right, now, think about that for a second. They're in Mexico, where it's not supposed to be very well inhabited, not a lot of people, whatever, and they're testing this thing and it crashes. What if they were using this mercury technology to create a field around this disc? What if these brothers figured it out? All right, what if that's the key? What if that's the key? What if this mercury field thing is the key to your megalithic statues and stuff? That's anti-gravity, guys. I don't care how you word it. That's anti-gravity. All right, now, think about that for a second. The guy who did the coral whatever in Florida had a little black box. No one knew what was in the black box, but he said he could push all the rocks into place, and he weighed like $1.10, soaking wet, and he's pushing 5-6 ton coral blocks into place with ease with a little triangular, I don't know, cherry picker type thing, you know, A-frame, whatever the hell, and some chain or rope and pulleys and a black box. Something really. What if he created a field around it? What if that box generated that field? What if that was the field generator? And the rock then underneath the tripod became weightless, so he could pick it up and move it wherever he wanted to. Think, guys, it's called possibilities. All right, theoretical physicists think about this stuff all the time. So now, get back to the atom thing. What if we could block this field that's radiating out that's causing us to stick to the planet? All right, and with every planet, okay, not just ours. The sun pulling the Earth to it, you know, keeping everything in orbit. Everything revolves around a gravitational pull. Gravitational. Word of the day. Apparently I've had one too many of these. Gravitational. Gravitational? Anyway, think about that. Now, also, here's a theory. Not the drinking. That's all research and development. No. There's something called a rogue planet, and there's hundreds upon hundreds of these damn things. They're not in an orbit anymore. They're floating without a path, basically on a straight line until something hits it or pulls it in. But they're called rogue planets. It's a planet that is no longer in its orbit. Now, think about it for a second. Think. They say our planet is 42 billion, whatever, years old. The universe is even older. All right. How old are some of these other planets? Now, if they had life on them. Now, I'm not saying carbon-based. I'm not a big, everything's like us. I'm like the Catholic Church and everything's human. No. No, there's other life forms out there besides a carbon-based life form. Okay? I'm not naming my camera Lucifer and denying and burning people at the stake for thinking outside the box like the Catholic Church does. But anyway, now, let's get back to the topic at hand. Rogue planets. Anti-gravity. Think about this for a second. If our scientists perfect this anti-gravity, they have to be able to control it. Why, you ask? What happens if it negates the entire gravitational pull or field? What if it doesn't just affect the object? What if these rogue planets have done this to a degree that it expanded exponentially? Well, now these planets are now free floating in space because they were slung out of their orbit because there's no more gravitational pull on them. All right, now think about that for a second. Think about that. These planets are now flash frozen out of their orbit, and some anti-gravity device, in theory, has caused them to lose their orbit. And they're just free floating through space. What kind of technology are on these planets? What kind of structures? What kind of buildings and everything? Because everything's flash frozen now. Aside from the random asteroid hit, there's no water for a tsunami. There's no torrential winds and all that. None of that shit because there's no atmosphere. So it's just free floating through space, flash frozen. So everything's stopped in time. They clicked the switch, anti-gravity went off, they floated out, and bingo, everything flash froze. All hell broke loose, and boom, preserved for eternity until it hits something. Sucked into a black hole, hits a sun, bumps another planet, whatever. But that can be the degree in which anti-gravity can possibly work. Think about it for a second. How many things have we created that have gotten out of hand? I mean, we're currently researching diseases. Ebola Zaire. If you don't know what it is, look it up. Basically, you bleed out of every orifice of your body. You become a bag of bones and blood goes everywhere and it's highly contagious. This, the American geniuses, our scientists, decided to bring this over from Africa because they found it in a cave. The monkeys weren't dying, but the people, the villagers were. Bags of goo and bones. They just bled out. Basically what this thing does, this Ebola Zaire takes the cell wall, every cell wall, and the cell wall goes, no more. So you turn into liquid, except for your bones. And you all over the place. You basically bleed out. Now the geniuses that are in control of everything, and you other countries, I would imagine you got scientists that are, metal giants like these. We decided to bring this into America, and it's in Atlanta right now, in a lockdown compound, and we're studying it. Oh yeah, let's bring a disease over here that turns people into bags of goo and bones. That's brilliant. They're trying to weaponize it. Go figure. But, whoops, dropped the beer can. Shocker, I know, right? Oh, hold on, sound of the day. Oh, I love that. Oh my God, I love that. Anyway, the anti-gravity thing, think about it. This thing could have got away from a couple of these planets or these civilizations and just expanded exponentially until the planet itself lost its gravitational field. In doing so, its moons would drift away, the planet would lose its orbit, because then it would have no gravitational pull from the sun or whatever it was orbiting. Star, pulsar, whatever the hell. Now, I don't give a damn what kind of organism you are. You get flash frozen, dumb shit. But unless you're a silicon-based, like, what's his name? Oh God, the dude in the wheelchair. Anyway, look, sorry, my bad. I've had a lot of these. But anyway, he theorizes that there could be silicon-based life forms out there. That's a good guy's name. Sorry. I've been slipping here lately. And by the way, this is a GTN product. Always has been, always will be. I mean, there was a slight hiatus. Another burp like beer. There was a slight hiatus when I wasn't a GTN product, but that was only to prove a point to my boss, Richard Parnell, that I could do this and be a better host than he assumed. Hey, he assumed, so he made an ass out of me and him. All right, now, guys, look. Think about that stuff for a second. Remember, I think about this weird shit, and it literally keeps me up at night, aside from not being able to pay bills and whatnot like that. But, anyhow, think about this stuff. What if we perfect anti-gravity? The possibilities are limitless then. I mean, we could interstellar travel. I mean, fuel would not be an issue anymore because everything would float. It would take very little propulsion to get anything to go anywhere. Braking might be a bitch. I'm going forward now. How the hell do I stop? But Let's just hope they figure out how to control it before they release it. It's kind of like the dark matter they're working with, the antimatter or whatever. All it's got to do is touch matter and it starts exploding, and we have some. In that cyclotron or whatever that thing is, the big circle, the machine that bashes atoms and destroys them and makes dark matter or antimatter. Yeah, it floats around a magnetic field, and that's how we figured out how to control it. So as long as the magnetic field's on, this stuff stays in control. Power goes outward. So let's hope they control the anti-gravity, if they perfect it or have perfected it. I think they have. I think it's time to fill my girl up. I think they've perfected it. Because if they're releasing that Mercury with an electrical charge and a Jericho. No. Woo! I gotta stop drinking so much. Oh, who am I kidding? I ain't gonna stop drinking. Oh, I'll put my mouth on my girl. Anyway, now, a gyroscopic force with the electricity on the mercury, and it creates a field that is enclosed. Now, if that's the case and they've let us know, that means they've already perfected it. It's kind of like time travel. The guy has already, I think his name's Hammer, last name's Hammer, I think. Anyway, he's already theorized and perfected the ability to send protons or whatever, atoms, whatever, spinning up or down for time travel, backwards. And he's doing it in a binary code system, so he's able to talk to the past. If that's the case, he's already started the timeline for time travel. If they've already shown that Mercury floats with electricity and gyroscope, they've already started the timeline for anti-gravity. Why else would one of the, I don't know, Chinese or Japanese emperors have a tomb built like a keyhole and it's full of mercury? Is mercury more valuable than we thought it was? Is it the key? Mercury, the key? Think. See? You learned something new on Wolf Tracks. What if Mercury's the key? This guy literally has an entire layout of his domain, his city, kingdom, whatever, and it's surrounded by a river of mercury in his tomb. So is Mercury the key? And are the other tombs filled with mercury also? Since they're keyholes and they can only be seen from space. Could the key to space travel be Mercury, and that's why you can see it only from space? The key design, keyhole design. You're thinking, and I like it. Think about this stuff. Maybe everything's a big riddle. What if this is a riddle? What if they're leaving clues for us to figure out? We are going to play Blue's Clues. No, not Blue's Clues. No. Big paw print. What if they're clues, guys? What if they're clues? What if they're a big riddle and we're supposed to solve it? We're supposed to be intelligent enough to solve this stuff. These are the things I think about. You should be thinking about these things too. Seriously. Sometimes the answers aren't as obvious as they are supposed to be. And sometimes they are. Remember the Indiana Jones movie? You know, X doesn't always mark the spot, and it ended up marking the spot. Sometimes the most obvious answer is the right one. Sometimes the easiest solution is the solution. You know what I mean? Keep it simple, stupid. Remember that? That's the key. There you go, you're thinking. The whole class gets gold stars and a free beer. Oh, and keep this in mind. All you shows out there. GTN is your outlet or your outlet. Richard and Teresa will get you out there, get you known. Okay? You're talking to Bobby the Wolf Mullins now. Okay? I am the face of GTN. I'm the main show, dude. Really? I've seen it. I'm sorry. There's like, I don't know, not many left. But GTN is still dominant with what we got. So if you have a show idea, guys, if you have a show idea or a show or something, hey, what the hell? Contact Richard Parnell or Teresa Parnell. They're on Facebook. It's Tresa, Parnell, Parnell, or Richard Parnell. I know you know how to spell Richard. Short for dick! I couldn't help it, Richard. Sorry. Anyway, contact Dib if you have a show idea. I'll put you on GTN, man. Why not? Get you out there, get you known. Hell, you might even be like me and lock horns with Zappis every once in a while. And I might not be the big dog in the yard, and he is the big dog. But let's put it this way: he knows who the wolf is. That's right. No harm, Mr. Zappis. Pete, brother. You do what you do, I'll do what I do, and we'll sit down and have a beer one day. Well, I'll see you at a con one day, and I'll buy you a beer. The stories we'll have. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here. Think about the anti-gravity thing. Think about that rogue planet thing, man. Drifted through space. Think of all the technology that's just drifting. It's just flying through space, floating. Think of the cities and the structures and the technology and the history of these planets. To give you an idea how vast this could be history-wise, think of yourself and your family tree. Okay? Think of your family tree. Now, take all that history all the way back to, say, when you colonized America, or you first stepped foot on England, or whatever country you're from. Your family first stepped foot on that country and where they came from. Now, take that and expand that out to the 480 billion people that are on this planet and everyone's history. Now, take that and put it on another planet with 480 plus billion life forms of history. Think about that one. And think about this. If there are Earth-based planets out there, Goldilocks zone planets, and if they are as advanced as us, there's 35, 40 plus planets we've already found. Expand that 480 billion people 30 times. Boom! That's a lot of damn history, guys. A lot of information, a lot of relics, a lot of tech. And he who has the tech wins the war, remember, guys? All right, we'll get off here. Think about what I said. Time travel, rogue planets, your family tree, drink a lot of beer, keep up with the wolf, and remember, as always, pay attention. Open your eyes, open your ears, and open your mind. Pay attention to what walks by, crawls by, flies by, and/or slithers by. That's right, it's an 80s thing. Yeah. Anyway, and if you get a picture of it, send it to Bobby the Wolf Mullins at onewhitewolf0706@att.net. Or hell, send it to ghosttalestv.com. GTN. The only paranormal superstation you'll ever need. Anyway, y'all take it easy. Take it light. Don't get any on you unless you like it that way. And remember, holler at your boy!